Once upon a time, in ancient lands, there was a wealthy merchant who traveled between cities to buy and sell goods. He returned home with great profits. One long day in the desert, he sat to rest under a large tree. He took out a bag of dates and ate some, throwing the pits away. Suddenly, the ground shook. A giant djinn appeared, holding a shining sword, his eyes burning with rage. He spoke in a voice that shook the air. "Merchant, I will kill you." The merchant trembled and said, "Why? What have I done?" The djinn replied, "You threw a date pit. It struck my son in the chest, and he died." The merchant collapsed in shock. "I didn't mean it, I swear." But the djinn said, "A life for a life." The merchant begged for a year to return to his family, to arrange his affairs, and then surrender himself. Surprisingly, the djinn agreed. A whole year passed. The merchant returned to the same place and sat, awaiting his fate. An old man appeared, leading a tied gazelle. He asked about the merchant's story, and when he heard it, he said, "If I tell the djinn my story, and it is stranger, he may spare a third of your life." The merchant agreed. Then came a second old man with 2 black dogs, and a third carrying a mule. They waited together for the djinn to arrive. The djinn appeared, raising his sword. The first elder spoke. "Wait, and hear my tale." First elder's tale, horror. My wife was extremely jealous. I had a servant girl, and God blessed me with a son. My wife turned the servant girl into a cow, and my son into a young calf with dark magic. One dark night, I was about to slaughter the cow, but it began making human cries. Its eyes glowed in the darkness. And suddenly, I heard strange laughter echoing in the room. I tried to flee, but the ground shook beneath my feet. A black mist appeared around the cow. While trembling, a shepherd girl emerged from the shadows. She said, "The calf is your son, the cow is his mother." The spell was broken, and my wife was turned into a trembling gazelle hiding in the corner, watching every move. The djinn looked astonished and said, "A third of his life is spared." Second elder's tale, horror. These 2 dogs were my brothers. We shared wealth and traveled for trade. I succeeded, and they failed. But envy filled their hearts. On a dark night, during a sea voyage, they pushed me into the water. I felt death approaching. I saw shadows moving beneath the waves. Muffled screams echoed through the wind. I survived miraculously, and in anger I used dark magic to transform my brothers into black dogs. Trapped in this form for 10 years, remembering every moment they wronged me, their howls filled the night with terror. The djinn said, astonished, "Another third is spared." Third elder's tale, horror. My wife hid a dark secret. She would leave at night and return before dawn. I followed her one night and discovered she was dealing with an evil sorcerer in the shadows. She conspired against me, using dark magic to harm me. Shadows danced on the walls. Whispers echoed my name. But I acted first and transformed her into a mule. The shadows and whispers vanished suddenly, and the mule stood still in the middle of the path, as if warning anyone who approached. The djinn fell silent, then spoke in a terrifying voice. "Your tales are stranger than killing. Your life is fully spared." The merchant slowly regained his composure, thanked the 3 elders, and returned to his family. Having learned that a promise is sacred and that a tale itself can save a life.